That goes back to the beginning of the conversation about motivation, right? Because we talked about a decision is basically a matter of time where you had enough is enough. I don't want to sleep on that thin, hard mattress again. I don't want to have bed sores. I don't want to be in a wheelchair. It's affecting my health. Getting in and out of the toilet is having a big issue. I don't want to get shot at again. So walk me through a moment that you finally made a decision in your life. You're like, this is it. I had enough. I want to change my life. I no longer want to get shot at. I no longer want to go to prison. What was that decision like? Do you remember?
And it's funny you say that because since I've been self-educating and emerging myself, I never knew that you could change your life in an instant just making a decision. I never knew that. What did it for me is the people's around me going to jail. People's around me getting shot. People's around me getting killed. You know what I mean? And it was just like, I'm already on probation. I'm already on APA, which is the strictest probation you can get. If I get in any more trouble, I'm going to jail for 3 years. I'm going to prison. And it was like, do I really want that? I know me and I know my capability. I never was the type to let this wheelchair stop. Like my saying is, I control the situation. The situation don't control me. So I knew that I had the mentality to do something different, but I never had the mindset. You could do anything you want to do, but if you don't have a mindset, it's not going to work out. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do at the time as I was making this decision. And once I found the avenue, once I found the lane, which is lawn care, it got my wheels turning. You know what I mean? My first year when I got into it, I didn't really make the best money, but I created a vision. And once I got to thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? I really could do something. I really could change my life doing it. I had a talk with a guy named Keith Heron, which we still talk to this day. You know, he was like one of the first mentors I done had since I done changed my life. Like I said, we still talk to this day. I told him about this interview we was having. He just had, when he was talking to me, he literally broke me down in tears. Like I never been on the phone with somebody to where I couldn't say nothing back. But things he was just saying to me was just like so impactful, so powerful. It was like, I got to do something different because he came from the streets and the life he living now is like, wow. So I prayed to God. I literally said these exact words. I said, you give me one more chance. You give me one more chance. I promise you I won't let you down. My exact words to God. God did it for me. He gave me another chance. But when he gave me another chance, the first thing I did was I changed my habit because I had some messed up habits too. Like as far as the smoking and drugs and hanging around some of the wrong people and riding a car with guns and just I had some bad habits. So I started changing my habits. I started reading. I started self-educating myself. I started going to the gym by 6 o'clock in the morning. I went to the gym this morning. I go to the gym 5 days out the week. I just started changing my habits and just slowly but surely I finally said, you know what, lawn care. I'm going to put my all into lawn care. I got this saying for people like me that's coming out the streets. Don't plan your way out, invest your way out. And the reason why I say that is because I tried to get out the streets numerous times, but I planned my way out. I didn't have a backup plan. So I always ended up back in the streets because of my drug habit. I still wanted to live a lifestyle. I still wanted to I didn't have no discipline. I didn't have no structure. I didn't have no guidance. You know what I mean? So I always planned my way out, but this time I invested my way out. So I invested all my money into lawn care. I made a decision. I'm all in. And the reason why I say all in, so it never really worked the way I needed it to work. And I never was really focused on it because I knew I had this street money coming in. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Leaving these streets alone, cutting off all my old friends, cutting out all the old habits, not going to the same places I used to go, not doing none of the same things I used to do. I'm going to start getting a little bit of discipline about money. Last year, 22, my fiance sent me an email. When I was out in the field, I was cutting. She sent me an email. 2 months, we had made like 15,000. You know what? That's all I needed to see. That's when I made another decision. Like, you know what? I ain't going back. Ain't no looking back from here. Because yeah, I made great money. When I say great money in the streets, I mean great money in the streets where I was doing whatever I wanted to do. But it was like, I didn't have to risk my life for that 15,000. I didn't have to risk my freedom. I didn't have to sell a drug to a mom. Or I didn't have to do nothing. I never was the type to rob or steal, snatch purses or nothing like that. So it was always a drugs for me. I didn't have to do none of that for this money. It seemed like it didn't take no time. When I say I was born in the streets, I was born in the streets. My mom was a drug addict. Dad was a drug addict. My mom still do drugs. When she sent me that email, I came up with a brand. I said, you know what? I still trap. But now I just switched lanes with it. Then I broke trap down to trust, relationships, assets, principle. Now that's my 4 keys to success. I use that to run my business. I use that to blow my business up, plus the stuff I learned from Tony Robbins. I'm still having my way. Still making fast money, you know, living the life that I want to live. Now I just got more discipline. Now, you know what I mean? More principles.
As I remember last time when I heard you talk, you mentioned you used to hate lawnmowers because as a kid, you used to have to go do lawnmowing and you hated it. So what changed? You hated it as a kid. Now it sounds like you just loved it. You love the business. You love the people. You love the service.
I went to go buy a lawnmower, kind of literally cut my own grass because the guy that I was cutting our grass, he wasn't reliable. My son usually cut the grass before I got with the girl that I'm with now. And the girl that I'm with now, we always lived in apartments, so but we didn't have to worry about grass. When I got on the lawnmower and I cut my own grass, man, I fell in love with it instantly. I felt like a man. What's crazy is I never knew that you could make this type of money cutting grass. And you don't notice certain stuff until you get in the field. I guess it's your reticular activator system start to kicking in when you start noticing different stuff. You know what I mean? I mean? Now I'm noticing these big trucks with all this $50,000 of equipment on it, $30,000 worth of equipment on it. Bro, I fell in love with it instantly, bro. As soon as I found out I can cut my own grass, I say like the second time I had cut my own grass, I said, I wonder if I could start a business. I wonder if I can start doing this and start making some money from it. And that's when I talked to my old best friend, which I wish this is a guy I used to look up to. And I sat down with him and I'm like, "What's up, bro? What you think about cutting grass? Let's start a business." And he looked at me and said, "How you gonna cut grass?" I said, "Look, you do the weed whacking, I do the sitting down part." At this point, I didn't have all this fancy equipment that I got now. And I had a tractor, one with the little steering wheel that you probably see granddad on. That's what I started with. Like, I was so excited about it. I was so excited about this, Allan. I went to Home Depot and brought all the wrong stuff. I'm buying grass seed, I'm buying Royal Bee weed whackers and Royal Bee this, and I was just excited. So I was just buying stuff. Kind of found out I had all the wrong, even the tractor was all the wrong equipment. Because even with the how I got my how I got my customers is I looked at my phone. That's how I got started, with the contacts on my phone. And I literally scored about 10 or 15 people on my phone. I just had just enough customers to keep me going through the weekend. So I probably have about 8 here on Saturday, maybe 7 here on Sunday. Like today, I got 16 yards today. That's almost $1,000 day. The thing is, I had all the people that I knew, and that never really works out too well for the long term. They want to negotiate with the price, and you know what I'm saying. So I said, I love what I'm doing, but I need to get new people, and my equipment keep breaking down. My weed whackers keep breaking down every yard. My lawnmower breaks down every yard. I got to thinking like, okay, I need to get the right equipment. If I'm really gonna do this, and be serious, so I need to get the right equipment, and I need to start marketing. It turned around once I really put the legwork in. I started seeing progress. Like, I'm not sure if you was on that Zoom that I had with Uncle Tony. So I ended my first year with less than 10,000. I think it was like 7,500, 8,000 or something like that. After the first year, got out of business because we had two different visions. Because I sat him down once I seen how things are going. I'm the type of person, if I see it, I believe. And I seen it, and I'm like, I think we could do 100,000. I think we could do 100,000, and he didn't think it was possible. One thing about me, I don't like dealing with small-minded people. Even with my fiance, I be on her about that all the time. Like, I can't work with small-minded people. Like, it's either think big or go home. You know what I mean? Last year was my first full year. Did 80,000. I wasn't booked for the year. I had about 50 customers, but ended the year with about 40 of them. And then this year, one thing about me I learned, in this field, you got to know when to market too. Like, say right now, right now in the middle of May, June, this ain't the time to go pass off flyers and try to get customers. You got to do this around, which I'm going to teach this in my course too. I'm creating a course how to show people how to make 100K in the first year doing lawn care. With the marketing with this is, you got to do it in January, February. Can't do it in spring when spring gets started, because by then everybody already got their customers. Everybody already picking who they want to cut their grass. Luckily for me, not even luckily, a blessing for me was that I was good with my customers from 2022. So I was able to keep the 40 customers that I had, and then I gained probably another 20 this year, or maybe about 25 this year. So that put me at 65 customers. Then I got about 20 yards I got city contracts too, big city contracts. So that put me up to close to about 100 yards for this year. So like right now, I'm not even taking no more customers because I'm booked for the year. Like right now, I'm doing probably like 5,000 a week, 6,000 a week or something like that.
That's
like
awesome.
Yeah, it's going crazy.
So until then, live purposely, love passionately, and serve the world by spreading love and joy. We'll see you another round.